Welcome to what is sure to be another very special Harcourts Rata & Co auction here at number 7 Chocolate Lilly Street in EPPING. My name is Robert Ozzimo. I proudly represent the company of Harcourts Rata & Co, and I'm joined here today by some of my award-winning team, the boys in blue. So should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Julian, Leon, Andrew, Jim, Ivan, and of course, Mr. Tsalkos, who no doubt you've had the great pleasure of meeting throughout the market, and Bal over here too. I didn't see you behind there, Bal. And Tsalkos, who no doubt you've had the great opportunity of meeting throughout the marketing campaign. Boys, let me share with you the following announcements which are in place to help you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. We've had the contract on display prior to today's auction. Everything is in there, everything's quite clear. We call for a 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, and the balance will be paid at settlement in 30 to 60 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. So buyers, as with my highest recommendation, what we offer for your consideration and competition here today, a great location, a great townhome, a great home for you and your family. Make a great investment, a great first home, a great family home, opposite parkland with easy access to transport, shopping, schools, absolutely everything that you need at your fingertips. Over recent years, we've seen capital growth climb steadily in EPPING in 3076, and it's all of that infrastructure which is the reason why. And now is the opportunity for you to get in and enjoy that capital growth for yourself, to act decisively today and earn that capital growth rather than wait and have to pay it down the track. So if you'd like to get off the market and into Chocolate Lilly, right now, buyers, is your time to reserve that right. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for number 7 Chocolate Lilly? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call, buyers. I'm in your hands. Start me where you like. Where can I see you start? Did I hear cents? Yeah. We got 500 cents in here. 500, well, that is a start. It's a short start, a start nonetheless. Who'd like to start us off, boys? I don't mind the call. I'm in your hands. Surely we haven't come out in the sunshine to just see me yell at you in front of a house. Be flattered if that was the case, but I'm sure that's not. I'm sure we're here for the home. At 500,000, welcome. Best of luck at 500 now. At 500 the bid. At 500,000, fairly been offered. Can I say at 10? I'll take the 10 at 510. The same courtesy to your buyer, Julian, at 10 if they like. At 10 I've got. At 20 now, welcome, best of luck, welcome to you both. At 520,000, 30, can I say, ma'am? At 520,000 and the bid's there, across the road at 520. At 30, at 530 and welcome them back. At 530 now the bid. At 530,000, 40 if you like, sir. At 530,000, same opportunity here, 40 taken. At 540,000. At 540,000. I've got 40 at 50 now, 500, not 450, 550, at 550,000, wrong way, Julian, at 550 now, and 60, at 560,000, at 560,000, fairly been offered now, 560 the bid, at 560,000, at 560,000 and 70 now, got at 570,000, 80 if you like, sir, at 570, how about you, ma'am, can I say 80, at 80 now, at 580, at 580,000, at 580,000, bid there, 90 the call, at 580,000, 90 now, at 590, at 590, got to be more decisive, sir, be quick, at 590, the bid's there, at 590,000, who'd like to round me up to 6, at 590,000, fairly been offered now, once, at 600,000, entering with style at 6, at 600,000, at 600,000 now, where's Con, there you are, Con, we selling? You don't seem confident at 600,000. Well, I will say that we are on the market. We're selling here today at 600,000. The bids there, the keys are there. We're on the market. We sell at 600,000. If you've come to buy, you must bid me now or forever hold your peace. There is no halftime break here today. I'm not going inside to seek instructions. We're on the market. I'm out here till we sell at $600,000. Bids there, keys are there at 6 at 600,000. If you've come to buy, show me your interest now or forever hold your peace, because we sell away at 600,000 for the first call at 10. Welcome and best of luck. Is that 610 cents? No, at 610.
If you'll take it.
At 610. I'll take it in cents, but it's got to add to thousands in the end at 610,000. Puts you in the box seat, puts the keys in your pocket for now. At 610,000. At 610, the bid's here. So you've got to be quicker. I'll give you the opportunity now. Take me to 15. Even quicker than that, you've got to be, sir. At 15 now. At 615. At 15, and the opportunity with you at 20 got. At 620,000. At 620,000, 2 late bidders in it. Got to make the late run count. At 620,000, and the bid's there now. 620 the bid. At 620,000, bids there. Keys are there. At 20 now. How are we going on the phone? Done. Thank them for their bidding at 620. Ma'am, we're definitely done here. Thank you very much for your bidding. Across the road, sir. At 620, definitely done. Thank you once more. At 620,000, only one to beat. At 620, at 21, was that Ange? At 21, at 622, at 622, at 622,000. At 3 now, at 4, at 624, at 624,000, bids behind, opportunity here with you. At 624,000, 25 got. At 6, at 626, at 626,000, at 626,000, fairly been offered at 626 the bid. Take me to 30, at 626,000, best response to a small bid's big one. At 626,000, fairly been offered now. At 626, we're on the market, we sell. There's no better bid, we'll sell at that. At 626,000, once. At 28 now, 30. At 30, at 630, at 630,000, not going away with small bids, give me a big one. At 630,000, the bid's there. At 630 the bid. At 630,000, fairly been offered. If you're thinking 35, I'll take it at 630, at 30 and a half. I thought it was going to have an extra 0 on it. At 630,500.
32.
At 32, at 632,000, at 632, at 632,000, fairly been offered. Bid back there now at 632, keys back there at 632, opportunity with you. We're on the market, we sell at 632 the bid. Once at 632,000, all done. Twice at 632 the bid, done, finished. Third, final call. At $632,000 the bid, all done, all finished, all sold and out, all done over here. We're done here, ma'am. Thank you once more. At $632,000. So, ma'am, if you tell me you're out, I will sell at $632. Do I have your absolute best here today? Or one last roll of the dice? You want to walk away with the keys or the knowledge that you gave it your best at $632,000? Opportunities now?
632.5.
At 632 and a half. At 632 and a half. Need a quick retort now. At 632. At 635. We got there in the end at 635. Definitely done. Might have done the trick there at 635,000. At 635. That was your strategy, wasn't it, ma'am? It worked. At 635,000. At 635 the bid. First call at 635,000. Done. Second call at 635 the bid. Done and finished. Third, final call at 635,000. All done, all finished, all sold and out. We're definitely done there. Thank you very much for your bidding. We are selling, 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 sold. Congratulations and well bid. Please join me in congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts, Rata and Co-Auction. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again soon. Thank you. Congratulations, mate. I'm Rob. Nice to meet you.